Let's talk about something. Have you ever stopped to think about how your life is actually built? We're about to dive into this idea, and it's probably not what you're expecting.
So I want you to think about this for a second. What truly shapes your life? Like, when you look back, what are the big moments that pop into your head? The ones you think defined everything. Just keep those in mind.
Because, see, there's this story we all kind of tell ourselves about how life is supposed to work. It's super common, really powerful, and we're going to call it the myth of big moments.
I mean, think about it. Our culture is obsessed with these huge, dramatic turning points, right? You see it in every movie, every book, that epic decision to just pack up and move somewhere new, that one choice that defines your whole career, or, that one fateful meeting that changes everything. It really feels like our entire lives swing on just a few of these major hinges. And look, those moments are important, for sure. They absolutely matter. But what if they aren't the whole picture? What if the real foundation of our lives is actually built from something way, way smaller, something a lot quieter? And that's where this other idea comes in. A much quieter reality, really. The reality of small choices.
So you have the grand narrative on one side. Life is just a few big decisions. But the quiet truth? Well, what if life is really the sum of thousands upon thousands of tiny little choices? The ones we make every single day without even thinking about them.
Yeah, these are the real building blocks. This isn't the stuff you see in a blockbuster movie. It's the quiet, internal stuff. It's that choice to just wake up early and try again after you failed. It's the decision to forgive someone, even when it's hard. It's that tiny moment you choose to learn something new instead of, endlessly scrolling. Or even just choosing a positive thought over a negative one. That's it.
And on their own, each of these choices feels like nothing, right? It's just a whisper. But when you add them all up, day after day, well, they become this incredibly powerful current that quietly guides the entire direction of your life. Okay, to really get a handle on this, there's this great metaphor. Let's think about your life as a road that slowly bends.
So just imagine you're walking down this road, and for all you can tell, it's perfectly straight. Every step you take, you don't really notice any change at all.
Well, that's exactly what these small choices are like. Choosing to be kind to someone one afternoon or deciding to exercise for just 10 minutes, you don't feel some massive, earth-shattering shift. The change in your direction is so subtle, you can't even see it in the moment. But then, after you've been walking for a long, long time, weeks, months, years of making those tiny little adjustments, you finally look up and you realize you are somewhere completely different, a totally new landscape. You've ended up at a destination you never could have reached with one single giant jump.
So if these small choices are how we build our life, what are the actual materials? What are the real building blocks of this quiet architecture we're talking about?
Well, it really seems to boil down to a few key things. It could be something like starting a new habit, and I mean a tiny one, like meditating for just 2 minutes. Or it might be about shifting your perspective, deciding to see a setback as an opportunity instead of a dead end. And sometimes, it's just a single, fleeting moment of courage, just enough to say yes to something that really scares you. And this is what's so incredibly empowering about this whole idea. It means you don't have to sit around and wait for some perfect, life-altering moment to finally show up. You don't need a lightning bolt from the sky. Real, lasting change, it can start right now, with the very next tiny step you decide to take. Okay, so let's wrap this all together. What does all this actually mean for you, like right now? It means you have this power that's, well, it's subtle, but it's absolutely immense. It's your quiet power. And if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Your journey isn't just defined by those big public moments. No, the real crucial work, that's happening in the quiet decisions you make when nobody is watching. The choices nobody sees, nobody applauds you for, nobody even knows you're making. That is where your path is truly being built. And who knows, one day you might look back and have this incredible realization that the biggest changes in your life, the most meaningful ones, they didn't come from one huge moment, one earthquake. They came from adding up all those tiny, consistent choices, day after day, that slowly and patiently built the person you are today. So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Don't worry about next year, or even next month. Just think about today. What's one small, quiet choice you're going to make that, when you add it to all the others, will help guide you down the path you actually want to be on?